There is absolutely no way that a sentient human being with brain cells sat down, looked at whatever fucking fragment of my channel that they stumbled upon, and said, yeah, this content is reused. Good evening, everybody. Most of you by now are probably familiar with my entire channel's demonetization. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, feel free to go watch my previous video on this topic. A lot of you are also probably familiar with the backlash YouTube has been under within the past few months regarding racism and favoritism. Now, as far as the entire racism and favoritism controversy with YouTube goes, as you can see, I know nothing about the entire racism side. If you want to go take a deep dive and legitimately expand your knowledge on this topic overall, I recommend watching maybe Gideon's video, or, you know, there are a lot of other creators that will look at this topic from a variety of different angles that I will not in this video, and that will expand on this entire topic and do a far deeper dive than I am. Because today we're specifically going to be looking at my channel and what has been happening to it within the past half year. Does the way my channel has been treated within the past few months relate to YouTube's favoritism? Honestly, I couldn't give you a definitive yes or no, but I kind of refuse to believe that this is a coincidence that at the time that YouTube has been under fire for banning and demonetizing and age restricting people, and exemplifying favoritism in that aspect, I find it very hard to believe that at the exact same time as YouTube is being exposed for that, my channel gets demonetized upon false pretenses. I want to start off by making something very clear to the people watching. I am 100% certain that YouTube has demonetized my channel on false pretenses. I am 100% certain that YouTube is in the wrong. I have looked through my channel in great detail, and I am legitimately struggling to determine how YouTube has came to the conclusion of deciding to demonetize my channel. So for those of you who are unaware, my entire channel was demonetized for quote-unquote reusing content. Now, for a person who in nearly every single video sits in front of a camera, talks into a microphone, records the footage on his own, edits the video on his own, publishes the video on his own, uses completely original footage that I myself record, first of all, for a person who does all those things, it's pretty astonishing that I could even get dinked for reused content in the first place. I was originally thinking that perhaps the very, very few amount of reaction videos I've done in the past may have sparked this issue, but I've since eliminated that from my possibilities because I legitimately searched through every single reaction video I've ever done, deleted the ones where I felt I was not enriching the content and turning it into something original, which was only like 1 or 2 videos. And I legitimately watched through every single reaction video I've done and determined that every single one of them does in fact follow YouTube's guidelines for monetization. YouTube has already been under fire for favoritism within the past month, and if this situation isn't an example of YouTube's favoritism, I do not know what is. Channels like XQC, Asmongold, all of these massive fucking creators who make YouTube millions of dollars while reacting to other people's videos on a nearly daily basis and blatantly placing other people's content on screen in full, they can monetize anything they fucking want to because they make YouTube the money. The rules only apply to YouTube when you are not a channel making them millions of dollars, because the famous ones can speak out against you. The famous ones can start movements. YouTube already made that mistake with people like Gideon. I can promise you with every fiber of my existence that if this exact same thing happened to a creator with millions of subscribers who actually deserved it, there would be outrage. Here you have me, who has made nothing but original content for YouTube for the past 8 fucking years, thinking of my own ideas, writing my own scripts, recording my own footage, editing my own footage, sitting in front of my own camera, original footage, original audio that I recorded myself. I get struck down. I don't know how more simple I could make this sound. And YouTube does this while continuing to make money off of my channel. YouTube continues to place ads on my videos. They have just decided to remove my cut entirely. If there was a real problem with the content I was making, to the point where it was truly not monetizable or advertiser friendly, YouTube would not continue to place ads on my fucking content. All they have now done is remove my cut for seemingly no reason. YouTube is now making hundreds of dollars off of my work per month, and I don't get to see a fucking penny. That should speak volumes to you about how YouTube treats their small creators. The people who help build the foundation of YouTube, but cannot speak out publicly because it will not go anywhere. Nobody will care. Evidently. And you know something else? I legitimately refuse to believe that there is a single human being behind the monetization review process at YouTube. I am willing to bet my anal virginity that not a single sentient creature sits down at YouTube and mulls over my entire channel before making a choice. I am currently making the exact same fashion of content that I was making when I got approved for monetization in the fucking first place. Now, all of a sudden, after nothing has changed, YouTube just says, no, fuck you. I have appealed their decision more times than I can count now, which takes a substantial amount of effort for 3 reasons. 1, you have to make them a fucking unlisted video explaining why you shouldn't be demonetized instead of just typing it out in a well-thought-out paragraph or 2. But 2, you have to keep the video under 5 minutes, when honestly there's a lot more to explain than what I could manage to include. And 3, they don't even watch the video all the way through. I have looked at the video statistics after the YouTube team reviews my appeal. Not one time has the video been watched in 100% length, nor anywhere close. And I find this so fucking ironic, because literally every single time the appeal gets denied, the reasoning they provide completely disregards everything I explain in the video. To the point where if you watch the entire video, no functional human being would draw the conclusions that they do. It's like my channel is being reviewed by fucking baboons. There is absolutely no way that a sentient human being with brain cells sat down, looked at whatever fucking fragment of my channel that they stumbled upon, and said, yeah, this content is reused. And if it wasn't my face recorded in front of my camera, with my own microphone, there are 1 or 2 exceptions that I will address shortly. I just want you guys to realize something though. The reasoning that YouTube provides for demonetizing my channel goes directly against the universal objective textbook dictionary definition of reused content. I record it with my fucking camera, with the exception of instrumentals that I still produce on my own. Other than that, there might be 1 or 2 memes. Fucking memes on my channel that might be considered as reused content. That's 1 or 2 videos, maybe 3 on my entire channel. And here's a fucking concept, YouTube. In the rare occasion that 1 singular video contains reused content, maybe 2, demonetize those fucking videos instead of my entire channel. The monetization review team at YouTube is legitimately what I believe to be the most incompetent failure of a team that I have ever seen in any tech giant to this day, to the point where they lack the basic levels of knowledge to make decisions about the subject which they were fucking trained to review. What YouTube is doing here is wrong, because they are not just doing this to me, they're doing this to hundreds of people. I have read more posts online from small creators about this exact issue than I can fucking count. But YouTube will not suffer from this whatsoever, despite doing this to hundreds, if not thousands of creators. And that fucking sucks. Yet they still leave the more popular channels that actually produce and publish reused content completely untouched. If anything, since YouTube clearly only cares about profit, this is simply a horrendous business decision. Had YouTube kept my monetization instated, I would have been motivated to create content for them for years on end, making them thousands upon thousands of dollars in ad revenue. And with the way my channel was projected to grow via statistics before I stopped frequently uploading, the amount of money that I would have made YouTube is far higher than the few hundred that they will get a month from my channel now. Granted, I would receive a cut of the pay if they monetized me, but it would be an incentive to do the work in the fucking first place. But no, instead, YouTube takes it all, leaving me almost completely unwilling to make content for their platform, simply due to morals and beliefs. If I didn't spend so long building this channel, And if I didn't spend so much time and money editing and shaping the foundation of this channel into what it is now, I would just delete my channel altogether from the internet so that YouTube could not profit from it. My channel is a lot older than it may seem to most people who come nowadays. I deleted all of my content in 2018, so the hundreds of videos that were created before that date, nobody will ever know about. I've been doing YouTube since I was in 4th grade. YouTube will now financially benefit from my videos being up indefinitely, and I'll receive literally nothing in turn. Just imagine how incompetent you have to be as an individual or as a team to lose your own company potential money by making an incredibly uninformed decision that directly defies reality. Beyond direct profit, YouTube has exemplified the behavior of a company that does not care about its creators, does not treat its creators equally and apply the same expectations to each and every channel, and is not willing to put in the time and effort to ensure the well-being of the people that made their own platform possible in the first place. As I've stated in my previous video on this matter, I'm not that upset that I can't make money from YouTube anymore. Yes, it did help pay my bills here and there. The money from YouTube assisted me in getting my first car. But when I sit and imagine each and every other person YouTube is also doing this to, especially people who are in a much more dire situation than I, that's when I become fucking angry. Because I have seen forum post upon forum post upon Reddit post upon YouTube comment of people confused and angry, experiencing the exact same thing that I am experiencing right now. It legitimately makes zero sense. As I've stated, there are 1 or 2 memes on my channel, like Ronnie Coleman screaming for 4 hours, Kriakos Grizzly screaming for 10 hours. That's all I can really think of right now, is that videos that don't directly use my recording or, you know, intensive editing. Obviously, I compiled the videos together, but it doesn't really require that much editing to loop a clip. Those 2 videos over my entire channel, I think I can foresee being considered to be reused content, but you have to understand, the Ronnie Coleman video is the most popular video I have ever released anywhere in my life. It is about to hit 1 million views. That is my first video that will reach 1 million views. I am not deleting that from the internet. There are thousands of people who in the comment section have expressed to me that they used that video in the gym and that it legitimately helps them. I'm not going to take that off the internet. If YouTube wants to demonetize that video or any particular singular video independent from my entire channel, if you want to demonetize individual videos, you can demonetize as much as you want. You can demonetize the Ronnie Coleman video despite how much that made before I got demonetized. You can demonetize whatever the fuck you want as far as individual videos go. If there are 1 or 2 videos on my entire channel which has hundreds of videos, and you decide to demonetize my entire channel, you are fucking stupid. Whether it was an individual or a team that made this decision. You are fucking incompetent. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, YouTube exemplifies favoritism to a stunning degree. Do I think that I am at the most potent, blunt end of that favoritism? Absolutely not. There are hundreds of other people who suffer from YouTube's favoritism and allegedly YouTube's racism and favoritism. There are hundreds of people who have suffered far greater than I. I'm just complaining about my own channel. If I were to really go into a deep dive, I would look at everyone else that's affected by this, which is impossible because there are so many. But I would look at channel upon channel upon channel upon channel, which I have done, but that isn't relevant to this video. But ladies and gentlemen, YouTube's a bitch. That's all I really have to say. Do I feel compelled to make videos as much? No, I do not. But I love making videos. I just don't really feel like, you know, releasing videos and just allowing YouTube to make more money off of me. It's literally unpaid labor at this point. So I will see you guys in the next video.